Hello there, Libra. Welcome to Diamond Dragon Lady. My name is Ariel, and this is your 2024 tarot and astrology reading. I hope you guys are doing great. It is always wonderful to see you and share your energy with you on the channel. For those of you who have not yet done so, I do ask you to hit that subscribe and like button. It always helps the algorithm for my channel and for my videos. Also, if you're interested in deeper details on the astrology of the month, there will be a link at the end of this video you can click on. Most of this reading will be focusing on the cards. We will touch on the astrology, but if you want to deep dive a little bit more into that subject, go ahead and watch that video at the end of this one. So let's go ahead and get started, Libra. We're going to go ahead and jump into your oracle and get some major keywords, some themes for your month ahead for April 2024. Let's see what we have got for you. And we have release. Woo, yes. Okay, so Libra, I love this energy of this card because it is a very autumn, energy of the autumn tree with the leaves falling. And of course, your sign is the sign that begins the autumn equinox. So I feel like that's a very much in, accurate vibration to you. There is so much energy in the sign of Aries this month in the astrology, including your ruling planet Venus will be moving into Aries on Friday the 5th and staying there until the end of the month. So I feel that this is a time when you are going to release anything that's not for your best and your highest. I think that you're going to be focusing on your own self-worth, your own self-love, your own energy, and what you're getting out of your relationships, what you're getting out of your work associations, whatever your partnerships are bringing you. This is a month where you really say, okay, is this actually good for me? Am I getting what I need from this? Am I losing my own identity in the process of being in this relationship? Aries is all about your personal identity and who you truly are. So you're going to be asking all those questions. You're going to be weighing them. You're absolutely going to be working on that balance. I know your favorite word. But balance is a huge, huge part of this month. I will also point out, of course, that Aries is the counterbalance sign to Libra. So, the natural energy of the month as well is really encouraging you to look at both sides of everything, even more than you usually do. We also have that new moon solar eclipse coming up in Aries on April the 8th, and that is bookending the 2-week ago lunar eclipse from that date that occurred in your own sign. So you're absolutely in the forefront of this eclipse energy. You and Aries are both feeling this very strongly. You're both balancing between your identity with yourself and your identity with other people. How do you balance that? How does it work? Is it harmonious? Is it healthy? Or do you need to release some things? Let's get into some numerology next. We're going to get another keyword for you and a special number for this month. And we have the 7-7, the spirituality. That's in line with you too, because you are the 7th sign. So Libra, wow, a huge month of personal development, spiritual growth, and advancement. Interestingly enough, this is the same number that Virgo had in their reading just before this. And I will say, their reading was very powerful as well when it came to, victory, success, personal happiness and growth, all of that. When we add the 7 and the 7, we get the 14. That adds up to a 5. So I feel like, there's a lot of things advancing. You might feel a little bit of restlessness. You might feel a little of that fire energy, because we're all going to be feeling that fire energy. So it's about really discovering some very true and deep things about yourself. Let's get into next some crystals and gemstones. I always love to work with those, and if you do too, these cards are going to be really helpful. If not, feel free to disregard them. I know not everybody gets into working with crystals, but I always have enjoyed it. And we have the blue lace agate. I love the blue lace agate. It's a favorite of mine. It is a great throat chakra stone, perfect for communication. It's a very graceful energy that comes from the blue lace agate, very elegant. I think that's really perfect for Libra, actually, because you tend to be very diplomatic, very graceful, even under pressure. So that's a wonderful one if you really want to encourage calm, diplomatic, elegant communication there at Libra. On the bottom of the deck, we have the jade, which is a heart chakra stone. Actually really helps with good luck, good fortune, happy coincidences, or, things that, come into your life, those wonderful synchronicities. So those are both your favored gemstones, crystals for the month of April. If I can get those cards to sit up straight. We're going to pull one more oracle card before we get into your tarot. That's going to be our spiritual guardians and guides, where that one wanted to flip out. We'll see if it comes back up again. I don't always take cards that jump. Let's see what we see. Ooh, very exciting. Kali Ma, one of my favorites, all about facing down fears. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. She is all about protecting you from negativity, absorbing anything toxic in your environment, taking on those challenges head first. She is a warrior goddess. She brings transformation, rebirth. She's not afraid to fight the demons, to fight the negative energies of the world. She absolutely is a force of protection and power. So if you ever feel like you're really being challenged or dealing with anything really difficult, she is absolutely one to call on. And that is who is coming up strongest for you for this month of April. Now let's get into your tarot, Libra. Let's see what we have got for you. I always clarify all of my cards, so I will be using a second deck as well. I just find that it brings in, deeper messages for each card. So let's see what we have. Spirit, show us a Libra in the tarot. Anything that they need to see, feel, or be aware of for their highest and best good for this April 2024. And we've got the Chariot, the number 7, yet again, right at the center. It is all about that number 7 this month. Wow, so much power, yes. All right, let's go ahead and do this. The Chariot is all about, you guessed it, personal development, growth, moving forward, coming out of stagnation, willpower, determination. It is Cancer energy, so it is very much about the subconscious emotions that you feel within. It's about bringing those into balance, which is why, we always have the dark and the light, the yin and the yang, right? We have that represented because you're balancing those two very, powerful sides of yourself and coming into greater harmony, greater balance, understanding what you want going forward. And we've got the Knight of Swords. So to me, this just adds a lot of speed, a lot of your own energy to this Chariot, because you are an air sign, Libra, and the swords are the air element. Some of these changes could come very rapidly. Some of them could come unexpectedly. You could suddenly have a whole lot of information or news or details to work through. So yeah, there's something that's really speeding up. I feel like, it's something's picking up. And always I get a lot of that for Aries time. It's Aries season. And, all the signs have a little bit of this energy and element of things picking up and moving forward quicker. It's just happening in different ways for each sign, but it's absolutely, a universal energy. In the immediate past, we have the Ten of Swords. So this is some, some old endings. Sometimes it can be betrayal, stabbed in the back. This is just really, left to just suffer, right? But the thing about the 10 is that it's the end of cycles. It's the end of something that has been very difficult in this position, right? So I feel like, the worst is kind of behind you. With the 10 of Swords, it's like something has come full circle, something that's been very difficult or challenging. Even if you're still going through it, as we come into the month, don't let that get you down. I feel like you're moving past it very rapidly here. So let's clarify this card. And we have the King of Cups. Wow. I mean, this, depending on who this is for, because this is general reading, it's not going to resonate with everyone. But, this could have been, being let down by someone you really thought you could trust. Like, this could actually be that kind of situation. The other way of reading this is that, maybe you were really, really hurt and, you have somebody or someone that comes through that really helps you get back on your feet. Because the King of Cups to me represents a trustworthy individual, someone that's emotionally stable, mature, available. So it's kind of like I tend to read the more positive side of these, rather than the more negative. But for some of you, yes, this could have been someone that you really trusted, really believed in, and they really let you down. And on the other end of that, there could be someone that's really picked you up and helped you out quite a bit after a very difficult painful transition. So Libra, whichever way that plays out for you personally, if it resonates to you, I do feel like you're moving past that. You're really picking up momentum and picking up speed and coming out of that cycle. Going into the immediate future, we do have the Tower ruled by Mars energy. Mars is the ruler of Aries. So, Mars is very active right now. It is in the sign of Pisces for this month of April. So there is a more sleepy, gentle, dreamy energy that comes, with that around Mars this month. But as we go into the end of the month and it, gets closer to May, that's when Mars will move into Aries on May the 30th, and momentum will really, really pick up. So I feel like this could be, again, big changes, big revelations. I never read the Tower as negative or positive. It is just simply action. It is energy in motion. And so this many times can mean that an old foundation is, being released. It's going away, and you're being asked to rebuild something stronger, better, more, something that's long lasting, something that will stand the test of time, because Tower moments only come or remove things from our life when it's something that was not going to be solid in the first place. And the Ten of Pentacles, yes, because there's the stability, there's what you want, there's that stable foundation, right? And so, I feel like this is saying, Libra, if you're being asked to release anything or a foundation is going away, something you thought was going to be there a long time, but then suddenly, boom, it's not. This is saying, there's something so much better to build from. There's something so much more enduring that really truly will last. And this could apply to many different things, for different people. So, I don't want you to get nervous, like, oh my gosh, is this going to fall apart? Is that going to fall apart? I wouldn't say that it's that specific even. It's like for you, pay attention to what needs to be worked on. Pay attention to the foundations that might appear to be crumbling in your life. Can they be repaired? Can they be healed? If they can't, it's time to let them go. It's time to release them so that you can go towards that Ten of Pentacles, which is so, so much nicer. On the bottom, subconscious energy. What's in your heart of hearts this month is the Temperance card. Sagittarius energy, balance, harmony. What a surprise. Healing from some difficult times, right? There's patience and self-control in here, but what I always see in Temperance, right? There's a real energy of transmutation, right? It's almost a little bit like the Magician. There's a little bit of alchemy going on, right? It's like changing, wheat or dross into gold, right? Spinning straw into gold. It's that kind of feeling to me. Definitely stepping up, learning some higher mind lessons. Again, spirituality, personal development, that all comes along with Temperance and the Chariot to me. And look at that. Yes, Seven of Swords. Sometimes we read the more, traditional version of this card, which is somebody that's not honest, somebody that does things that are kind of sneaky or just not truthful. So, that could be something that you're healing from. Absolutely. We can see it with that Ten of Swords. If that's your situation, then yes, you could be healing from a really negative run-in with somebody that just really simply was not good enough for you. Somebody that really just did not have your best interest at heart and was willing to be dishonest or, sneak around or do things that just were not above board. The other way that I read this is that you could be changing the way that you heal, because to me, the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. It's a card of, kind of thinking your way through things so that it doesn't have to be quite so difficult. So you might be also coming up with, very powerful new ways to accelerate your personal healing and growth. On the top, crowning the spread message from Spirit, is the Ten of Wands. Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands. There's definitely something difficult coming to an end here. This is a burdensome cycle coming to a close. Many times it's a little bit of a harvest or a little bit of a completion where it's like you've been working at a job for a long time or a project for a long time, and suddenly it all comes together. And you just feel that sense of relief. It might be very challenging making that last climb up the hill with that bundle of wands, but once you do, it's like, I can finally rest. I'm back home. Everything's worked out. Finally got it done. Yeah, and it might be something that you worried about for a long time, and it's really time to let that go, right? Nine of Swords is when you're experiencing a lot of inner anxiety, doubts, thoughts that keep you up at night, and many times it is just that. It's just thoughts. So Libra, I feel like Spirit's kind of tapping you on the shoulder and saying, don't imagine the worst outcomes, right, to all this. Whatever's challenging you, whatever's kind of a burden to you, don't imagine the worst outcome. Instead, free yourself to be in the moment. Don't, project too forward into the past or the future. Let's get into some advice on this reading for you. And we have the Strength card. Yeah, it's time to be courageous and strong. We have the Judgment. We have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Three of Pentacles. All right, so Strength card in the suggested approach. Absolutely tap into your reserves of strength, courage, believe in yourself. Very, very strong Leo energy. This is all about, your spirit making friends and calming down that roaring lion that we all have within us, right? It is a powerful card of getting to know yourself and knowing how to moderate your own emotions, your own feelings, and to become a brighter, stronger, braver you. It is a powerful card. There's a lot of cards in here and a lot of themes of getting to truly know yourself this month. It's really intense. Yeah, and we do have the Death card. We have that, Scorpio energy. It is absolutely about some release, a transformation. I feel like you're coming very powerfully into your own understanding. Like you're really understanding who you are, what you want, irregardless of what everyone else wants around you. Libra is often very focused on the needs of the other person more than their own needs. So to me, this is a month where you really get clear with yourself. So Judgment card is in what you need to know. I always say the Judgment card is like the higher vibration of the Death card. It has to do with the phoenix rising from the ashes, whereas the Death is the actual ashes and the transformation. The Judgment is like renewal, rebirth, an awakening, second chances, right? So it's a very powerful, I think in a lot of ways, a very hopeful card. It's a card of a new life, right? And we've got this Queen of Cups. A lot of Scorpio energy coming in around you in this advice section here, Libra. So I feel like this is, you could be, it could be really beneficial to have counseling or therapy this month, because Scorpio is all about, healing the psyche, understanding your deeper self, your inner secrets and all of that. And you are very discerning about who you let into your life as you go into this new incarnation, into these second chances. You're discerning about who you would let into your life going forward. In the hopes and fears position, we have the Knight of Wands. I do feel like you're hoping to move forward very rapidly. You're ready to come out of the stagnation. I think it makes you a little bit nervous, right? I think that's normal. But overall, I feel like, it's like you're ready to go. You're ready to move forward. And we have the Page of Wands. So yes, happy, joyful, new energy. Libra, anything that had kind of kept you heavy, any old experiences that had been really painful, I feel like that's lifting. You're moving forward. You're coming out of the stagnation. You're learning new and better ways to heal from within. On the outcome card, we have the Three of Pentacles, strong Capricorn, Mars energy. This is all about coming together with like-minded people, really having a meeting of the minds, good, positive coworkers, friends. You're all on the same level. You're ready to make something magical happen. You're coming together for the good of all. It's a great card. I love it. It's a teamwork card. And we have the Five of Wands. So here's something I will tell you about that. And this is what I feel from it, is that you may meet some new people. Like you know how sometimes it is if you're in a new job or you're in a new situation and you initially meet somebody that just kind of rubs you the wrong way and you think, ugh, how am I ever going to work with them? But then later it's like you really develop a respect for them, even if they're a little bit taciturn or a little bit gruff, it's like it just sort of really works out. So I would say that even if you meet someone where you get that Five of Wands feeling, that's kind of like a little friction or a little bit of a power struggle or a little tussle, I would say give it time. Capricorn says give it time, and let it develop. That has happened to me many times in life, where you first meet someone. Like I've been in classes with people or in, jobs with people where at first you were like, oh my goodness, this person's going to be horrible to deal with. But then they end up becoming like one of your favorite people because they are a little prickly. They are a little bit feisty. And you actually grow to really appreciate that about them. So that's kind of, that's specific, but it is what I feel from that combination really, really strongly. On the bottom of the decks, we have the King of Wands and the Chariot card here. So yet again, stepping up, moving forward. The King of Wands, absolutely Aries energy for the month. He goes for what he wants. And the Chariot card coming in twice for you is absolutely seconding that motion on this energy moving forward. You are coming out of stagnation, Libra. You are going new places, and it may be quite rapid how it develops. Really, really interesting month. Let's get into a affirmation for you. And we have release. Oh my goodness. Talk about some synchronicities. We started with the release card, was the first card, and we're ending with the release card in a totally different deck. It is the metal element, and the metal element in Chinese tradition is very similar to the air element, just like the swords, just like your sign's element. So release what no longer serves you. Free yourself from connections to negative influences. You are honorable and courageous. Look at the courage energy coming up. Cut those cords in order to forge new relationships or opportunities. Yes, Libra, it is time to release some things very, very clearly this month. Some old cycles, some old habits, maybe old people, old situations. Don't be afraid. Go ahead. Get it done. So much better awaits you. This is a powerful month, guys. I hope that it works out tremendously for you, and I will look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care.